All right, welcome back to the Spectrum. AJ Knight and Majay South. I'm not sure what the double audio there was. We apologize for it, though. Here we go. Starting lineups, and we'll get our keys to the game here from AJ in just moments. This is what it looks like for Boise State. Mary Kay Nero, Anna Osley, Dominic Leonidas, who has had a really great couple of last weeks. Elodie Lalott and Abby Muse will be starting for Boise State. On Utah State, it'll be Emmy Harris, Kaylin Randawa, Shallow Latone, Ali Stafford, and Adriana Quezada. You know, when I talked to, by the way, speaking of which, Coach Scaife will be the head coach today, filling in for Coach Art, who is absent due to a non-COVID illness. We wish her a speedy recovery and hope she gets feeling better.
Absolutely, and a belated birthday.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday to Coach Art as well from a couple days ago. AJ, keys to the game here against Boise State. Dominic Leonidas, who had a wonderful game against the Aggies, and she had 22 points, and they're adding it at Extra Mile Arena. She's been great the last couple of weeks. She's going to have the Aggies have to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, for sure, but I think everything Boise State wants to do is inside out. That was the issue the Aggies had the first game, is that Muse just took over the game, and Utah State didn't have a response, and they just asserted their will. It's the reason they out-rebounded them by 20, the Broncos did. The bigs are going to have to face up. It's big to have Stafford back again, because we've seen Utah State play more of these traditional bigs and be able to find some success with Quezada and Stafford being able to pull them away from the basket. Group rebounding obviously going to be important with the huge size advantage that Boise has. Pace going to be important too. You want to take advantage. You want to generate easy looks to score, but also before those bigs get set, and then win the free throw line battle. Despite the fact that Boise State kind of had a aberration of a shooting night against Utah State last time they played, statistically on the season, the law of averages, they're not good from deep, they're not good from the free throw line.
Right now, Elodie Lalott is averaging about just 9.5 points per game. Abby Muse is averaging 10 points per game. Dominic's averaging 11. And Austin's averaging about 8. And Mary Kay Nero is averaging 9. I mean, balanced scoring all around. That's what makes them so dominant.
The big thing is though, remember when Boise hosted Utah State, Leonidas was shooting in the 90s down to 77%, Muse 64%, and Lalott 43%. All of those numbers from the free throw line.
Utah State is celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Day. In fact, Grand West Conference Women's Basketball is celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Day. You got the the pink warm-ups for the Boise State women's team, and here at Utah State women's basketball, the players being introduced, the starters. They are also escorting those who have fought through. I don't know if it's those who have survived or battled through breast cancer, but we honor those as well. That's pretty cool, actually. And,
absolutely.
I know each and all of us know of someone, close loved ones, friends, or whoever who have suffered from or at least have to battle through breast cancer awareness, and we're thinking of them as well. Aggies will be in the, what do we call them again?
Cream gray, I believe is what we said.
We said cream gray. That's what we're going with, huh? Okay, cream gray shorts and jerseys, blue numbers, white trim around the numbers with the blue lettering on the names and the jerseys. Boise State will be in your all blacks. Black jerseys, black shorts, blue numbers, orange trim around those numbers as well for the Boise State Broncos with the orange lettering and blue numbers on the front. Welcome everybody who's part of the Mountain West Network, joining us here on the broadcast on Aggie Radio YouTube or at 92.3 Aggie Radio. Boise State, Utah State women's basketball here on part of Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Again, Juan Scaife here will be filling in as the head coach for today's game. He's in his second year as an assistant coach at Utah State University. He's one of the great shooters of Ball State University, 14th leading scorer in school history, and at one point had set the record for three-pointers made in a career. He can shoot it too, by the way. I've seen him and Coach assistant coach Gnato, yeah. They'll sit there and go through shootouts.
It's going to be interesting to see how the refs call this one too. Up in Boise, it was a very physical game, which I think favored Boise with their size advantage. So we'll see how the refs call this one early on.
It's going to be Elise Stafford and Abby Muse to jump in the middle. Ref checks around them, blows the whistle, and ball's in the air. And it's going to go to Boise State, and we are underway. Mary Kay will start with the basketball. She'll dribble across the timeline. She's guarded by Kaylin Randawa. They're going from left to right on the radio dial, or right to left on your TV screen, whichever one you're listening or looking at. Left to the top of the key is Osley. Osley on a left-handed dribble. Now stops just underneath the arc on the left side. Pass inside is tipped away and stolen by Shallow Latone. Shallow now pulls it to the top of the key. Accelerates on the dribble to the left side, puts one up, and is partially blocked. And Mary Kay comes away. Actually, not Mary Kay. Actually, it is Mary Kay who comes away with it on the left side. Leonidas, now it's Lalott. Elodie to the right side to Osley. Osley Bounce pass to Lalott is off of Lalott's knee, and it's turnover. Here's the Aggies. Charlotte on a pump fake, goes into the lane, lose control, and it goes out of bounds. It's right back to Boise State.
I like Latone being aggressive early. That first one she turned over, I think she hesitated, and I think kind of not just hesitated as a move, hesitated in what she wanted to do. There she just lets it slip. But good active hands by the Utah State defense here. 2 turnovers they tried to feed the post. Boise State has.
45 seconds in, Osley takes a seat. Jada Clark now checks in. The 5'4" freshman out of Richland, Washington, played the ball at Richland High School. Left side is Leonidas, just to the left of the elbow. Now it's Elodie. Now Clark. Clark on a left-handed dribble to Muse. Muse still above the arc on the perimeter where the Boise State is working. Here's a floater from Nero. That's no good. Rebounded by Elise. Coach Gage says to run. Emmy on a skip pass to the corner. Shallow 3-ball, corner pocket. No good. Long rebound. Caroms into Leonidas' hand. She wants to run. Stops at the left elbow. Inside pass to, wide open is Muse off the right side and good. Nice pass, nice pump fake.
It was a good play. You can't get that one up, but you've seen both Mary Kate and Leonidas. Even when they penetrate, they're still not looking to score. They're trying to drop the ball off and get the post fed early, so you got to be aware of that. I think I would give up a jump shot to any of these guards over giving up, obviously, any possession down low to the bigs.
Opening salvo fired by Boise State with 8:22 remaining. It's a 2-0 ball game. Left side is Stafford. Stafford on a handoff to Shallow. Thinks about it, thinks better of it. Now with the right-handed dribble goes inside the arc. Right side is Emmy above the arc. On a screen from Quezada to her right. She'll reject it. Now pull back. Quezada on a jumper inside. Back rim no good. Rebounded by Leonidas. Leonidas wants to run. Here comes Clark off the right side. Floater off the glass. Good. 4-0 Boise State. Just under 8 remaining in the opening frame.
Utah State's got to watch that. That's one of the things Coach R told us the first time they played Boise State. Leonidas is a one-person fast break.
Emmy right side is Rendawa. Rendawa dribbles into a double, kicks back to Elise Stafford. She'll take a right wing 3. In and out, no good. Quezada on the rebound, turns, spins, fires, back rim, no good. And Lalott on the rebound. She'll give to Nero. Nero runs into the lane, right at the elbow. Back to Lalott, now back to Nero. Didn't expect it. Able to recollect, now kick to the corner. Here's Leonidas for 3 in the corner. No good. Ball tipped by Emmy and tipped around all into Jada Clark's hands. Right place, right time. Can't finish the layup though. Randawa crosses timeline. Stafford looking on that back door for Shala. Instead, we'll just hand up to Shala above the arc. Shala shovels back to Stafford, still on the left of the wing. Now it's Quezada. Randawa on a dribble, screen from Quezada. Bounce pass to Quezada, goes on a reverse slip, puts it in.
Nice take there by Quezada to follow that screen and roll for an easy layup.
Aggies on the board here, just about 3 minutes into the game, 4-2 ball game. Here's a 3-ball in the corner. That's no good from Jada. Rebound by Lalott. Lalott turns, fires on a hook shot. That's no good. Tracks down her own rebound. Backdoor pass into Nero, who runs right over Emmy. Puts it up off the glass. That's no good, but she'll draw the foul and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I didn't see her feet. Emmy might have been in the restricted circle, but it looked like she was standing there. Utah State's got to try and get hands on balls here.
Yeah, she's in there. Yeah, that's the right call.
As you say, she was standing there, but it looked like she was under the hoop. Utah State's got to get these hands on the balls. The volleyball thing is not working because Boise State's coming down with those.
Aggies 1 of 6 to start. Boise State 2 of 7. Nero's first is good. It makes it a 5-2 game. 6:40 remaining in the first quarter.
Curious to see. We saw Stafford get that one open look on that screen and roll. I think that's a mismatch against Lalott. She's going to have to take advantage of.
Nero makes both. 6-2 ball game. 6:40 here in the first quarter. Emmy catches the inbound. Now lets the shot on the far right side. Back to Emmy here right in front of us. Pass across the timeline to Stafford. Back to Shaw on the right of the wing. On a screen from Stafford. Stops at the top of the key. Now looks for help. Left side is Emmy. Emmy holds. Directs traffic. Calls Rendawa off. Emmy into the lane from left to right. Shot's partially blocked. And ends up back in the Aggies' hands. Emmy off the right side of the glass and good.
Nice hustle there on defense. They missed Stafford down low. She had Leonidas on her, was screaming for the ball.
Muse had the rebound and then had it knocked away from her. Here's Leonidas on the left side. Bounce pass to Muse. Back to Leonidas, who goes up with it and is blocked by Stafford. Back to the Broncos. 6-4 ball game, 6:02 remaining.
Nice defense there by Stafford. I like Utah's guards against the Boise's on defense. They're going to have to help out in the post.
Nero will inbound, does so to Muse on the left of the block, spins right, off the glass and good.
That's tough for Emmy.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup, huh?
Yeah.
8-4 ball game, Boise State under 6 remaining in the first quarter. Emmy will bring it across timeline. She'll be met there by Leonidas. Leonidas, who's also a really good defender too. Quezada Throws it to Stafford, who's zigging. The ball zags, and it goes out of bounds. The turnover on the Aggies, and that is their third turnover of the game here early in the first quarter.
Be curious to see if Utah State exploits that matchup. If Leonidas is going to guard Emmy, she spent time at the 4 here early this season. Post her up.
Lalott looking for help. He's able to get it out to Clark. Clark just above Lalott on the left of the wing. Now it's Muse. And now it's Leonidas. Leonidas just above the left elbow. A bounce pass inside, knocked away by Stafford. Tracked down by Muse, and she knocks over Emmy, who's also trying to fight for it, and it's a foul on Muse. It's going to go back to the Aggies. Mana's going to check in here, as will Lacey Hawthorne.
Credit to the Utah State bigs there. You got to, when you're playing post defense, you got to do work early. So they're making active hands there. Don't let them get the ball and get set. They're jumping out in front, knocking those balls out. They forced several turnovers already doing so.
Quezada and Shiloh check out. So now you've got Hawthorne, Stafford, Harris, Mensah, and Randall on the court for the Aggies. Stafford at the charity stripe on a handoff to Randall. He goes into the lane off the left side. Runs right over Dominique Leonidas, and she draws the charge. Going to go on Randall.
That one, I think, good. You got to credit not only Leonidas for taking it, but it was good defense there as they kind of funneled Randall into that charge. She was kind of stuck there.
Rachel Bowers checks in. She also had a really good game in the second half against the Aggies in Boise, so she will be looking to make her presence again.
This is a challenge with this Broncos team. They take out 6'4" players and they bring in 6'3" players.
Just height for height, right? Left side is Leonidas on a dribble with the right hand, gets into the paint, now stops, pirouettes to the left. Inside to Lalott, who puts up with the right hand, and good. 10-4 Boise State, under 5 remaining here in the first quarter. Randall inside to Stafford, left of the block. Holds, dribbles, spins left, loses it, gets it back. Now spins left again, and we got an offensive foul. It's going to go on Stafford. Nope.
Nope, Bowers got it.
That's on Bowers. I apologize. I thought it was on Stafford the way he looked at her. So it's going to go on Boise State. We'll hit our immediate timeout. We'll take it as well. 4:38 remaining. Boise State leading 10-4 here on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Mountain West Network on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Boise State leads at 10-4 with 4:38 remaining in the first quarter. When you look at the early numbers, not great shooting from Utah State and a couple of turnovers already. That doesn't bode well for the Aggies.
No, I think the biggest problem is rebounds. 4 offensive, 4 defensive for Boise, 1 offensive, 2 defensive for Utah State.
Here's a steal from Boise State. Leonidas to Clark. Back to Leonidas on the left wing. Now inside to Lalott. It's Leonidas. Dribble, stop, pop, jumper. Short, no good. Olivia Wickstrom on the rebound. Who's just checked in. Mana Mensah, Emmy Harris, Lacey Hawthorne, and Lee Stafford also on the court with Wickstrom. Wickstrom looking, help, is doubled. It has Mana right behind her. There you go. Shovels to Mana. Now to Stafford on the left of the wing. Stafford. Left-handed dribble, starts back in, kick pass to Wickstrom, extra to Emmy, 3 on the way, back rim no good.
Good pass in there, just couldn't get that one to fall. That looked like a pre-game drill.
Narrow on the rebound, pass intended for Jada Clark's knocked out by Emmy, and will retain with Boise State. 10-4 ball game, under 4 remaining in the first quarter. Narrow's gonna check out, and checking in is Trista Holt, the 6'2 freshman out of Yakima, Washington.
Again, 6'4", 6'4" go out, 6'3", 6'2" come in. Boise State doing a really nice job pushing here, trying to generate transition where they can, and if not, they're obviously going to try and work it down in the post when they're in the half court.
Here's a pass to Bauer. She'll take a jumper inside the yard. That hits every part of the rim, falls out, no good. Lacey chases down the rebound, pirouettes to keep her feet in, does so. Outlets to Wickstrom. Wickstrom on the right of the wing, high above the arc. Shakes, bakes, thinks about a jumper, now pulls the trigger, no good. Ball tipped by Lacey and into the hands of Mana. Mana on the right of the side. Gives to Quezada. Quezada directing traffic, shovels to Wickstrom. We got a, offensive foul? And I think that's going to go on Lacey.
It is. Utah State not doing a good job of identifying the mismatches. That's twice now they've had a big in the post with Leonidas on him, and they can't get it down there.
Aggies have 4 turnovers in the last 2:37. They have 5 turnovers in the last 3:30. Speaking of turnovers, Boise State throws one array, and that goes out of bounds and back to the Aggies, who are still in a scoring drought of 2:45.
As it was described to me before, the ball zigged and the player zagged.
Yep. I know a wise play-by-play guy told you that one day.
Once upon a time.
Future Hall of Fame broadcast right here. Lacey on a handoff to Wickstrom. To the right side is Emmy. Emmy on a bounce. Still holding that dribble. Now gives to Mana, top of the key, who has to trace it down. being guarded by Osley. Nice screen by Quezada. Right side is Emmy into the corner. Now inside to Quezada. Kick pass to Lacey. Straight away. Pump fakes a three. Goes into the lane off the left side. Shots partially blocked by Bowers. We got a foul. We do. Sends Lacey to the line to go shoot two. Foul's going to go on Bowers. That'll be her first, team's third foul. Aggies have 2 fouls here in the first quarter. 2:53 remaining. Charlotte checks in. Olivia checks out. Lalott checks in. And Bowers checks out. Just, again, height for Boise State, right? Lacey goes to the line to shoot 2. First one is bend, extend, releases, and hits. Makes it a 10-5 ball game, just under 3 minutes remaining, 2:54 to be exact.
Big free throws here, not only because the scoring drought, Utah State's got to take advantage of the freebies.
Absolutely. Ends a scoring drought of about over 3 minutes. In fact, they haven't had a field goal in the last 3:13. Second is good. The free throw bugaboo got the Aggies in the second half against Colorado State. And you can say that's kind of what cost them in that 11-point lead in the fourth quarter that dwindled quickly. Right side is Leonidas, inside to Osley, now to Lalott, who puts it off the glass and good. Boy, they made that look easy.
Nice play there. Just get a back screen, get a Springer wide open, easy layup. That's probably one of the easiest baskets she's had in Mountain West play.
Couldn't you say that Boise State's really good with ball movement? Best I've seen in the conference. They're so good at moving the ball. Here's Lacey at the top of the key. Pump fakes a three, now dribbles to the left of the lane, throws one up, Lalott blocks it, and it remains with Aggies. 15 on the shot clock.
That one on Lacey, I get the idea, but I think sometimes you got to realize that's not going to work. That one, I think we're just hoping for a whistle.
12-6 ball game, 2:27 remaining in the first quarter. Charlotte inbounds to Quezada, back to Charlotte, has a corner three, takes the corner three, airballs it. Ball bounces into Quezada's hands, Quezada to Charlotte. Leonidas hits the floor hard. Charlotte takes a three and knocks it down, and it's a 12-9 ball game, 2:14 remaining.
Yeah, Leonidas might have caught a little bit of Quezada's elbow or shoulder there. She was diving for that rebound.
She grimaces slightly, but she seems to be okay. On the dribble, she'll take it inside the arc. From right to left. Now gives inside to Clark. Clark hits the ground. Oh, sorry, not Clark. I apologize. That was Hull, who hits the ground hard. Turnover on Broncos. Charlotte into the lane. Throws a bounce pass to Emmy. Back outside of the arc on the right of the wing.
They got another mismatch. They switched. Nice job by Boise there. Utah State had another mismatch for Hawthorne.
Here's Mana inside the dribble. Gets contact. Kick pass to the corner, and it's going to be a charge. It's going to go on Mana. Leonidas draws her second charge of the game.
Utah State got to show a little bit more court awareness there. I think they got a little bit frazzled. They had the shooter open. Latone hit the shot. Mena barrels over Leonidas, an offensive turnover.
Emmy checks out. Randawa checks in for the Aggies. 12-9 ball game. Boise State leads it with 1:39 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Hull looking, still needs help, trying to find Clark. Great defense by Mena. They do get it to Clark. Kick to the corner to Leonidas. It's too tall for Too Tall Jones. Goes out of bounds, and a turnover on Boise State. That's already Boise State's 7th turnover.
Utah State's done a nice job on the perimeter. It's the perimeter players for Boise State have scored in transition. They've just got to make sure the guards do to help out their bigs if it does end up going down low.
14 turnovers combined between the two teams already in the first quarter. Quezada on an extension right of the wing, goes into the lane, puts one up, draws a foul, should go to the line to shoot two. And that foul, I believe, going to go on Hull. Yep, it will. Hull's first foul, and that's going to be the Broncos' 5th foul.
That's the area, one of the areas Utah State's got to take advantage. With Stafford, with Quezada, who's been playing well over the last couple weeks. Just speed and the face-up game.
I lied, I apologize. That's 4 fouls on Boise State. Quezada at the line, hits the first. Quezada's been really, we talk about how good Leonidas has been the last couple weeks. In the last month, Quezada has been wonderful.
Very good. She's taken over as the team lead on the season for points per game.
Second one's back rim, no good. Hull on the rebound, outlets to Osley. Osley wants to run. Gives to Leonidas to her left. She'll pull up a jumper that's way short, better Glaze's rim. Lalott on the rebound, puts it up. That's no good, too strong. Ball is tipped out of bounds off Boise State and back to the Aggies.
Again, that's what you're going to need to see. Utah State group effort there in the rebound. The fight there, Lalott came out with it, but they stayed aggressive with it. She was too strong, and they were able to fight for that one and get the board.
Mana checks out. Mana checks out. Kinley Falta checks in. Lacey checks out. And Elise Stafford checks in for the Aggies. 1:02 remaining in the first quarter. It's a 12-10 ball game. Boise State. Shallow bringing it across the timeline. No one to escort her to do so. Now she's met by Leonidas. Standing on the E of the logo. Pass to Quezada. Quezada from left to right. Goes into the lane. Puts one up off the glass. No good. Ball tipped out of bounds. Goes back to Utah State.
That was a nice play by Quezada. She basically screened hole on Lalote, but was not able to finish, unfortunately, because Lalote recovered and challenged that basket at the hoop.
So 45 seconds remaining. Boise still up 2. Leonidas bounces off her foot, gets it back. Now hands off to Clark. She'll back up way above the arc on the left side, dribble to the top of the key, pull up a 3 straight away, front rim no good. We got another whistle. So on the Aggies it is, and if it's on Stafford, it's her second.
It's on Stafford.
Nope, it's her first.
Called it for a hold.
A hold it is. Jada Clark will inbound with 31 remaining on the clock, 20 on the shot clock. Leonidas dribbles into the lane, step back jumper just underneath the cherries, too strong, no good. A lot on the rebound, off the right side of the glass. That's no good. Charlotte on the rebound, 22 on the clock, no shot clock necessary. Coach Gabe says pull back, we'll play for 1. Charlotte looks back for a direction on the play call. 10 on the game clock, now 9. Shiloh, Quezada with 8 on the right of the wing. Stafford with 6, left of the wing, 4, 3. Someone's got to go here. Shiloh with 2, 1. No good, too strong. Stafford turns, catches, fires, no good, but it wouldn't count anyways. It's after the buzzard, and that's how the first quarter ends, and it was ugly. Aggies were 1 of their last 7. Broncos were 0 of their last 5 and 1 of their last 8, and the Broncos were also in a 244 scoring drought. 12-10, Broncos still lead it, though, as we go to the second quarter on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Welcome back here to the start of the second quarter. Charlotte puts one up and in, count it, and the foul.
That ball tried to not go down. It took forever to fall in.
Charlotte gets her, I believe that will make her about 5 points for Charlotte now after hitting that 3.
It's a nice little play. She ran off the wing, got a screen, and got by her man, and was able to get to the hoop.
Latone has now 6 points with that freebie. Completes a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Now it's 2 of 6 from the field. The Aggies lead at 13-12. 9:40 remaining here in the ballgame. A floater from Jada Clark rolls in and out. Fight for the loose ball. Goes out of bounds, and I believe it's going to go back to the Aggies.
Nope. It's a foul on Quezada.
And that's what Coach Cave wants to know.
There's a real physical foul. I mean, you're not going to expect any different against this Boise State team. They want to muck it up down low.
Absolutely. Here's Muse looking for help. Looking for Jada Clark. Can't get it to her. Now we're on a handoff. Does on the right of the wing. 12 on the shot clock. Ball knocked away by Randawa. Holt gets it back. Now she's trapped. Bounce pass to Clark with 5 on the shot clock. Way above the arc. 3 on the shot clock. Lifts one up with 2. Back rim, no good. Oh, into Osley's hands, off the glass, and good.
That hurts if you're Utah State. You play great defense for 29 seconds. You give up an easy offensive rebound for a putback.
Yeah, Osley got loose on the offensive putback, was able to put it in. Here's Charlotte into the lane, draws contact, no call. And Jada on the rebound, then draws contact, and there is a call right there. So it makes it a foul on Shiloh. 14-13 ball game, 9:06 remaining in the first half. Jada Clark will sub out. And Leonidas subs in, is that correct? I believe?
Yeah, not much of a breather for her.
Nope.
She played the entire first quarter and sat 54 seconds.
In fact, Emmy's going to check back in now.
You know, it's interesting. In the first matchup when they played, Emmy was still doing working more down in the post, and I think that's an interesting adjustment for Utah State because her length, I think, negates Leonidas' size a little bit when they're playing on the perimeter.
Here's Mary Kay Nero on the right of the elbow. Pass to Muse on a free throw jumper. I think missed everything. Goes to the right side and out of bounds, and then we'll go back to the Aggies.
Your Utah State, I think you'll live, I think, with any shot out of the paint for now.
Aggies 4 of 16 from the field. They're 1 of 6 from 3. Boise State 6 of 22 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. And it's a 14-13 ball game. Boise State leads it with 8:48 remaining. A bounce pass to the right side to Randawa. Inside to Quezada, who wants to go to work on the right block. Turns, spins, fires, no good. And Muse on the rebound. Outlets to Nero. Nero wants to run. Left side, now to the top of the key. To the far side. Looks inside, a bounce pass to Hull. Nice pass to Muse, off the glass and good. Nice play.
Quezada got caught there. They went to double team, and Muse read that beautifully, cut and made an easy right here for the layup.
16-13, Boise State, 8.5 remaining in the first half. Left side is Latone on a screen from Quezada. Latone into the lane from left to right. Shot blocked, goes out of bounds, and it hits off Leonidas' leg, and it will stay with the Aggies.
Latone's been really aggressive. I think Utah State, her teammates need to do a better job trying to secondary cut off of that.
Randawa's going to inbound. Looking for Emmy, gets it to her on the left of the wing. Emmy now drives to the top of the key. Pulls back on a dribble, resets on a play call. Now we'll take a left 3-and-3 and hit.
Nice play by Emmy there. They got caught in a mismatch. Leonidas tried to switch. Emmy recognized it, took advantage of the open three.
16-15 ball game. Utah State leads it with 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Narrow. Right-handed dribble to the right of the wing. Now on a screen from Muse. Stops, pop, top of the key three. That's short, no good. Quezada fights for a rebound, is able to save it into Emmy. Nice hustle by Adriana.
That's what it's going to take. Rebounding's about desire.
Emmy. To the top of the key is Quezada. Quezada with a jab step. Back to Emmy. And, yep, they're going to call it on Osley.
Coach gave too.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, they whistled it.
Utah State's got to get that mismatch. Again, Stafford was on Leonidas in the post, and they can't get it down there.
Shiloh inbound, does so to Emmy. 20 on the shot clock, 7:35 remaining in the first half. We're tied at 16 apiece. Emmy on the left of the wing. Looks, bounce pass to Stafford above the charity stripe. Stafford, jab step with the right. Now goes to the right, puts one up off the glass. Too strong, no good. Randall comes flying in for a rebound, but can't contain it. It goes into Narrow's hands, who nearly double dribbles with it. Able to get to Leonidas. Her pass to the kick to the corner is knocked out of bounds off of Boise State and back to the Aggies.
That was great defense. Latone got a piece of that, and then Quezada knocked it off of a Boise State player to force the turnover. Leonidas, I think, single-handedly slowed that down. The transition allowed Utah State to recover and force the turnover back the other way.
Taylor Francis is going to check in on her next dead ball. She'll make her first debut of today's game. Bounce pass from Emmy to Stafford. Stafford now holds, hands off with Shiloh. Shiloh into the lane. Floater is too short, and they're going to draw her with the charge. That's gonna be for Leonidas, her third drawn charge. That one
was close, but Leonidas has done a good job establishing position. Emmy grabbed Latone afterwards, said, "Hey, I was open in the corner. You got to find me."
Man is going to check in. Latone will check out. Lalott is checked back in. So you got Narrow, Osley, I believe Lalott. I didn't see who checked out. It might have been Hull. It is Hull. Narrow, left side is Muse. Now Leonidas. Here's Osley on a curl. Pump fake. Gal flies by. Stop, drop, jumper. No good. Mana. Nope. Emmy pulls down the rebound. Skip pass to Randall on the left of the wing. She tries to shake, tries to bake. Instead spins right. Gives to Taylor. Skip pass to the right side is Emmy. On a screen from Franson to her right hip. Or excuse me, left of the hip. Instead goes right. Back to Taylor. Taylor. Pass is knocked away by Muse. Adriana tracks it down with 12 on the shot clock. Now 10. Inside to Mana. Mana kick pass all the way to the left of the wing is Randall for three. Looks off, is off, and the lot on the rebound.
Good passing there. Franson set her a good screen, too. I think she still just rushed a little bit and didn't get a clean grab on it.
Austin wide open. Right wing three. Hits it.
Transition. The guards have only been really effective on offense for Boise State in transition.
6 minutes left in the first half. Boise State leads at 19-16, and the scoring drought for the Aggies now at 2:10. Mana being guarded by Osley very tightly. Here is Quezada. Quezada goes into the lane, pirouettes to the left, kick pass to the corner to Emmy for three, in and out, no good.
That was a great look by Quezada.
Muse on the rebound, gives to Narrow. Narrow crosses timeline, gives to Osley. She'll pump fake a three, drop off to the lot, back to Osley. Now left wing three, she's wide open. That's short, no good. Ball's going into Randall's hand. I was going to let it go out of bounds.
I haven't called her name a lot tonight.
No, she's been pretty quiet so far. Let's see if she can start making an impact. Right side goes into lane. Oh, they're going to call a charge.
No, it's not a charge. That was an easy call. Randall just absolutely hooked her on that one.
Yeah.
And finally, Utah State, I think, takes advantage of Leonidas, who's smaller in the post there, but Randall got caught on the hook.
Yep, that's the right call, too. Absolutely the right call. 19-16, Boise State leads it with 5:17 remaining. We got mass subs both ways. Aggies are one of their last 7, and they're in a 3-minute scoring drought. Harris, Mensa, Wickstrom, Quezada, and Franson for the Aggies. Narrow, Osley, Leonidas, Lalott, and Muse for the Broncos. Here is Lalott, inside, reverse layup, can't get it to go. Wickstrom fights for the rebound, bodies hit the floor. Flance is able to correct it, give it to Wickstrom, now to Emmy. Emmy on the left side, she wants to run. Goes into the lane, nearly travels, gives to Mana, corner three, no good. Good look, just couldn't get it to fall. Muse tries to clear some space.
Utah State has done a nice job passing. Eventually some of these shots can go down. Take the good looks there. Muse got a little careless with the elbow there.
Here's Narrow on a bounce pass
nice
inside
pass.
to Muse. Muse clears some space. Off the glass is no good. Quezada on the rebound.
Credit to Wickstrom there to stonewall her there. She wanted to roll all the way to the hoop, and she ran into Wickstrom and just couldn't get any closer to that, so she had to take that far hook shot.
Aggies only trail by 3, and they're scoreless in the last 4 minutes of basketball. They're 1 of their last 8. Mana, Emmy on the right side. Finds Quezada. Quezada on a double, has to give out to Wickstrom at the top of the key. 5 on the shot clock, 4. Wickstrom goes in the lane with 3. Shot is partially blocked, goes out of bounds with 1 on the clock, and it's going to stay with the Aggies, but it's going to be a catch-and-shoot situation.
Wickstrom got caught there a little bit. Just had nowhere to go and just kind of threw it up off a defender.
Nearly 4.5 minutes without a point for the Aggies, and they have 1 second on the shot clock to try and figure that out to see if they can snap that drought. You're listening to Aggie Sports, or Aggie Utah State Women's Basketball on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. West Network, Utah State, Boise State. Broncos lead up by 3, 19-16. 4:04 at our media timeout. AJ.
I believe, as my dad would describe this is a rock fight of a game. That's how he would describe it.
Emmy's going to inbound for the Aggies, who have 1 second on the shot clock, so it's going to be a catch and shoot. Emmy looking, Tamana, catch, jumper, no! Had an open look, great play. Mana had the look. Narrow on the left side. Here comes the Broncos. Lott looks inside to, that's Muse. Instead, hands off to Ollie. Back to Lott, puts it up off the glass. That's no good. Gets her own rebound. We got a jump ball. Quezada wrestles it away.
Man, credit to Utah State's post. Like at that last break, the rebounding margin, it's 22 Boise State to 18, and Boise State's winning, but man, they are just playing hard down in the post. That was another example of it.
Narrow, looking, top of the key, pass is knocked away. Out of bounds on who? They're going to say back to the Broncos with 17 on the shot clock.
That's actually a good reset for Utah State. I think Mensa ended up on Muse on that, so they got a mismatch.
Emmy drawing the inbounds pass. They get it to Leonidas. Leonidas has a screen from the lob. She wants it, rejects it, goes to the right of the lane, off the glass, good. 21-16 Broncos, 3.5 remaining in the first half.
One of the few possessions I think that Leonidas finally got to do what she wanted to, which was go downhill.
Left side dribble to left of the wing is Emmy on a screen from Lacey. Bounce pass to Lacey. Takes a contested jumper that's way short, no good. Leonidas on the rebound. Leonidas wants to run. Here come the Broncos. No numbers. Leonidas don't care. Stops and travels. Yep.
Drug that pivot foot.
She knew it immediately, too.
She drug the pivot foot. That last possession, that was a great play. Emmy dropped it off for Hawthorne. The problem is Hawthorne, instead of, I think, continuing to push the issue and go to the hoop, she stopped to take a jump shot, which Lalott was chasing her, was able to put her hand back in her face.
Broncos 21-16. Aggies have not scored a bucket in the last 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and they only trail by 5. I don't know if that's great defense or just luck, but maybe a case of both here.
They played good. They've had good effort.
Deep 3 by Wickstrom. Barely grazes the front of the rim. No good.
Not what you're looking for.
No, narrow on the outlet. Comes across timeline. Drops off to Lalott. He'll take a jumper above the charity. That's in and out, no good. Quezada is able to tip it to Stafford.
I think at the Carnival games that counted because it definitely was about all the way down.
Stafford on top of the key. Back to Emmy on the right of the wing on a dribble and a screen from Stafford.
Stafford has space on the perimeter if they want to go with her.
And another screen from Stafford. Gives to Olivia on the left of the wing. Olivia looks inside to Stafford on the left of the block. Stafford spins right. Hook shot is in.
Good footwork there. Stafford on the cut. Wickstrom was a little late on it, but she stuck with it and was able to get a bucket there. She was also open like 3 times for a 3.
Aggies' first points in the last 5 minutes and 34 seconds, and they only trail by 3, 21-18. Entry pass inside to Lalott. Lalott off the left of the block, knocked away. Emmy corrals it.
Wickstrom just absolutely came backside and stole that.
Wickstrom on the left of the wing. 2:01 remaining. Aggies down 21-18. Right side is Emmy. Inside to Quezada. Right of the right elbow. She'll go into the lane from right to left. Now spins back to right. Off the glass. Good.
Beautiful footwork. That's something we've said a lot early on and haven't given her enough credit. Quezada has some of the best footwork in the country, I think.
Here is Narrow for a 3. Hits it.
Big response bucket there by Narrow.
Puts it to a 24-20 game with 1:30 remaining in the first half. Broncos lead it. Kinley will check in on the next dead ball. Emmy to Stafford. Now to Mena on a handoff. Back to Emmy on the right of the wing. 1:18 remaining in the first half. Jab step and then a drive from Wickstrom. Goes off to the right side and it's blocked by Narrow.
Utah State, I think, helping out Boise there on those drives. They're just hoping, I think, for a whistle, and they just kind of throw it up into the hands of a defender.
Osley back to the lot, inside to, I believe that's Muse, and she's partially blocked. They're going to call a foul. It's going to go on Quezada. Send Muse to the line with 1 minute remaining. A 24-20 ball game in the first half.
That was close. Is that Quezada's second, I think?
Yes.
Be something to watch.
Lalott checks out, and I believe Holt checks in. Yep. Wickstrom checks out. Kinley Falkland checks in. Muse at the line to shoot 2. 1 minute remaining in the first half, 24-20. First one's good.
I don't know what it is about Utah State. I think Muse, when Boise State and Utah State played the first time, was at about 54%, and I wrote it down. She went 10 of 12 in that game.
Second one, good.
She hits both here. I wrote it down again. Muse on the season is under 65% as a free throw shooter.
I hope I say his name right to you Boise State fans, and if I don't yell at me. But it's Sydney McQuarter who's checked in to the game for Boise State.
6'2". Again, Boise State, just to reiterate, they go out 6'4", and they work an inch down, but it's 6'3", 6'2". Like, they are just loaded with size.
Emmy nearly stripped away, gets it back. At least at the top of the key with 45 on the game clock in the first half. Spins to the left. We got a touch foul. It's going to go on Hull, yep.
And that's an area Utah State, I think, definitely can use their speed. I think Stafford has not touched the ball, I think, nearly as much as the open looks would dictate. There she's able to get Hull out of position and draw a foul.
Falkland will inbound underneath the basket. Looks to Lacey, back to Falkland. Now it's Emmy. Left to the wing, high above the arc, rejects the Stafford screen. Now back to Stafford. He's got a wide open 3, takes it, makes it.
That has been there most of this first half. Utah State just needs the feeder. That is a huge bucket.
Cuts it down to a 3-point deficit, 26-23, with 25 on the game clock, about a half-second differential from shot and game clock. Osley. Top of the key is Hull. And now hands off to Nero. Nero checks the clock. He's got plenty of time to work with 12 on the shot clock. 9 on the game clock. Osley, bounce pass inside to Hull, doubled, gives him Sydney. Sydney to the left, off the glass. That's no good, and that's how we end the half.
Nice. Again, Utah State deserves a ton of credit. It is not easy down in that post, and they are fighting on every defensive possession.
We'll go to the half. The Broncos lead at 26-23, despite a 5.5, almost a 6-minute scoring drought for the Aggies that went most of the second quarter. Aggies finished 8 of 30 from the field, and the Broncos go 10 of 34 from the field. We'll get more numbers. Welcome back to AG's Keys of the Game, and we'll look at the Mountain West Conference basketball for both women's and men's basketball here on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Welcome back to the Mountain West Network. AJ Nadamaje, Salveson, Aggies trail by 3.5. And boy,
in a rock fight.
In a rock fight. They're very fortunate to be only trailing by 3. When you look at the numbers, AJ, as bad as the shooting was for the Aggies, you said it multiple times, their defense has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, how about credit to Olivia Wickstrom, right? She comes in, I think she has at least, they better give her at least credit for 2 steals. No, they give her credit for none. I call bogus on that because there's twice she's come backside on a double team and has just absolutely taken the ball away. I think both times were from a lot. But Utah State is fighting hard in the post and doing a nice job because the perimeter, I think, of the Broncos has not challenged them yet. And to be honest with you, I know it 26-23 doesn't sound like it. Utah State's had a ton of good looks, specifically from 3. They've just not gone down. I think what they really need to watch out for is when they get the mismatches in the post with either Hawthorne or Stafford against, it's been Leonidas mostly, and then watch Stafford when she pops out off a pick and roll. She's been open more than they've gone to her for an open look from deep.
Right now, let's look at the home stats right now. Stafford right now has 5, Harris has 5, Latone has 6. That leads all scorers. Quezada has 5, Hawthorne has 2. Aggies shot 8 of 30 from the field for 26%. 3-12 from 3 for 25%, and we're 80% at the line, 4 of 5. And for Boise State, 8 from Muse, 5 from Nero and Osley, 4 from the lot, 2 from Leonidas, and 2 from Clark. Boise State shot 10 of 34 from the field for 29%, 2 of 8 from 3, 25%, and we're a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
And how about this? I know teams have obviously been keying on her a lot more in this back half of the Mountain West Conference play, but Randall, no points.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are starting to scout film a little bit more.
I agree.
And keeping an eye on her, absolutely. Boise State had 10 turnovers, 2 points off the Aggies' 9 turnovers, had 27 rebounds to the Aggies' 20, and had 10 offensive rebounds for Boise State.
Yeah, they're winning the rebounding battle 27-20, and Utah State has done, I think, a good job, even being down 7, making that as close as it is, because Boise State, just at this point in the first half, their perimeter has not posed really any challenges on the offensive side. They're really only scored when they've been able to get in transition. Otherwise, they really want to go down and low and try and generate offense that way. Utah State's done a nice job with backside double teams and crashing the glass to try and make it a one-and-done possession for the Broncos.
8 second chance points for the Broncos to the Aggies 6, and 16 points in the paint for the Broncos to the Aggies 10. And Boise, by the way, here's key, 7 fast break points for the Boise State Broncos. They like to run. They also had 4 blocks in the first half, and Aggies were credited with 7 steals in the first half. 2 times it was tied, and I believe there was only 1 lead change, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, 2 lead changes. One occurred at 16-16, the other occurred about 35 seconds. 26-23, we'll take a break, come back. More of the Aggie Sports Radio Network as we look at the Mountain West Conference on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Welcome back to the Aggie Sports Radio Network and on the Mountain West Network as well. Score at halftime, 26-23. Boise State leads it. Let's look at the rest of the Mountain West Conference and how it looks. And we'll actually start with the standings, and we'll get to your schedule of games coming up for the day. For standings in the Women's Conference, it's UNLV, New Mexico at 11-1, 11-2. Nevada 7-4, Wyoming 6-5, Air Force 7-6. Fresno State's 5-5, Colorado State 6-6, San Diego State 5-7, Boise State 4-8, Utah State 2-11, San Jose State at 1-10. And for the schedule, in fact, we don't have any scores, at least not on the Mountain West Network, that are updated, so we'll try and get that caught up. But hey, again, this Mountain West Conference in women's basketball, it can be anybody's given day to upset somebody. It is not a given that you're going to win in the Mountain West Conference tournament.
Talk to me, Ajay. What does the tournament schedule look like?
So we start on Sunday. Aggies will play for sure on Sunday, by the way, March 6th. It goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then the men start on Wednesday, I believe, in the afternoon. And they'll have their wild card games, and then we'll go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for men's basketball.
Got it. So
just hand in hand.
Book your reservations, tickets, etc. for Vegas for that accounting.
By the way, hotels are going quickly right now. It's because they're allowing fans in. You see the Mountain West Conference Network, or Mountain West Conference, announced that there will be no vaccinations and no masks required. So it is open sesame. So there is a ton of people who are booking hotels already. I've been told that some people have already been trying to look for hotels and can't find any right now. It is nearly sold out. So go get them right now while you can. Should be a fun conference tournament. It'll be good to have fans back in.
Let me ask you, especially with UNLV sitting on top of the women's standings right now, what is the ratio of like UNLV compared to other Mountain West teams that tournament weekend, basically?
Like in regards to fan base?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be full UNLV. Even for the men's basketball team, who isn't what UNLV women's basketball is still going to be very well attended.
Look,
San Diego State travels very well. Boise State travels all right. Utah State always travels good in that time.
That's what you heard it here first, Aggie fans. You better get down there.
New Mexico right now trailing Nevada, actually. How about this one? New Mexico is down at 63-50 with 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Like I said, anybody can beat you on any given day. Colorado State, San Jose State later on in the day, Wyoming, Fresno State, and San Diego State, UNLV in women's basketball. Boise State right now leading 26-23. Let's take another break, a final break, and we will get you ready for the second half. Get back to AJ's Keys to the Game, review and report on how those are looking for the Utah State Aggies on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Here back on the Mountain West Network and the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield, Utah State trails Boise State at half, 26-23. We are about ready to start the third quarter. AJ, let's review and report your keys to the game. What are you seeing?
Well, my first one was the big face-up game to take Boise away from the hoop. I think Utah State has not done enough of that. I think Stafford has had some opportunities. And add to that, I think there's been mismatches down on the post for both Stafford and Hawthorne that Utah State has not taken advantage of. Group rebounding, they're losing the rebounding effort, but I think they've been competitive and made it a challenge. Give them a win for that one. Pace to not let the D get set. Actually, that one I would say Boise State has absolutely won. They've been able to generate transition and then win the free throw line battle. Well, they're 4 of 5. Boise State's 4 of 4, so maybe they can generate a couple more whistles. Maybe see this disparity grow a little bit, because on the season, Boise State as a team shoots 60-something%, I believe, 64% as a team from the free throw line.
Aggies in the cream uniforms. We'll be going left to right on the radio dial, right to left on the TV screens.
Can we add two, maybe get Randhawa going for a second half key?
Absolutely. Stafford, Harris, Randhawa, Latone, Quezada on the court for the Aggies. And Nero, Ossie, Leonidas, Lala, and Muse on the court for the Broncos. Here is Emmy as we begin the second half. Aggies down 3. Bounce pass to Quezada, left of the elbow. Now holds, pirouettes, goes to the right, stops. Needs help on a double. Able to get it back out to Emmy. Emmy dribbles into traffic. Drops it off to Quezada. 13 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to work for the Aggies. Quezada now holding, now directing traffic. Trying to clear space. Gives to Randhawa on a shovel pass. Randhawa with 5 on the shot clock. Bounce pass with 4. Quezada with 3 hits.
Nice curl jump shot there. That was, I think, making a little bit out of nothing.
26-25. Utah State trails Boise State by 1. Here's Nero on a bounce pass. Backdoor to Ossie. Ossie tries to hand off to Lalot. It's knocked loose. Quezada fighting for it. Able to shovel off to Latone. Latone to Randhawa, 1-on-2. She don't care. Goes into the lane, draws contact, gets a foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a big one. Muse wants to travel, and I think there's a case for it. Muse, I think, got away with a foul on the other possession, though. But how about the effort Quezada there? There's a nice feed there to Ossie on the baseline. Quezada disrupted the handoff, though, to Lalot, and then hit the deck to take it away.
Randhawa goes to the line to shoot 2. 83% shooter from the line. Try to give the Aggies a lead here. First is up. First is good. 9-10 remaining. 26 all.
Be curious to watch from this point, too. Yes, scores struggling sometimes. It's the free throw line can be one of the great things to get you going.
Great point to bring up. Well, a lot, not just kidding. Randhawa with the line. Front end's the second. And it's a 26-26 all game with 9:08 remaining in the third quarter. Here is Mary Kay Nero, left of the wing. Gives to Lalot on a shovel pass to Ossie. Ossie on the right of the wing, pulls up on a 3, looks good, back rim, no good, and it ends up in Emmy's hands. Emmy's on the far side, makes her way across the timeline, goes into the lane, kicks pass to the corner to Latone for 3 and hits.
Huge play, simple play too. Just drop, generate penetration, suck the defense in, hit the shooter.
29-26 Utah State. Nero goes into the lane, draws a charge, and that's Randhawa.
That one is on Nero as well. It's not just the contact, it was the extended motion. Sometimes the refs just, you see it, and Mary Kay, her arm was extended when Randhawa hit the deck. She made that one easy.
Making her first appearance in today's game, Lindsay Lavrovich steps onto the court. She's a freshman, 5'9", out of Gig Harbor, Washington. Emmy to Quezada, Latone, right side. Being guarded by Lindsay. Shovel pass inside to Stafford off the glass. Can't finish. Gets her own rebound. Now has to try to fight out a double here. A lot of contact. No call. We got a jump ball. Yes, we do. And he goes back to Boise State.
What a great offensive play. And it's that rim, Ajay. Something about that rim. A lot of those balls are going like almost all the way down.
Well, then did we have the same issue on the first half from the other side of the rim?
No, remember, because it was the 3 over here. I can't remember who it was for Boise. It was basically all the way down. It's this one.
26, 8 minutes remaining. We'll get our facility guys to check that one here after the third quarter.
Bowers in for Boise State.
Narrow into the lane, gets blocked by the side of the backboard, I think. Stafford on the rebound, gives to Emmy. Emmy crosses the timeline, being guarded by Leonidas. Skip pass, Randhawa easily picked off by Muse. Narrow to the top of the key. Now looks inside pass to Muses, donked away by Quezada, picked up by Randhawa. Outlet pass to Latone, off the glass, foul, and 1.
What a veteran play there by Latone. She knew she had Mary Kay on her back hip, so she leaned into her to get that whistle. Veteran play there.
Shyla Latone now has 11 points into double figures. First Aggie to do so. And now has a chance to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. The Aggies lead at 31-26, 7:44 remaining.
Utah State generating 3 fouls here with only just a smidge over 2 minutes gone.
Latone at the line. Benz extends, releases, hits. And now Jada Clark will check in. Mary Kay Nero checks out. So you got Lovrovich, Leonidas, Lalott, Clark, and Muse. And then Stafford, Harris, Randall, Latone, Quezada.
Something interesting to watch too. Bowers is in now, and then Holes is one of the other backup bigs. They both have 2 fouls, so it could be interesting to see how that affects the rotations here in the second half.
Jada on a kickback pass to Bowers, takes a jumper inside the arc, barely grazes the rim, no good. Randall on the rebound. Randall fires one across to Latone on the right of the side. He's able to collect it before it goes out of bounds. Now inside to Quezada, it's knocked away by Lindsay. Great defense by Boise State there.
That's what helps. It helps too that Lorovich got a little bit of a size advantage there. Just knocked that one in the corner for herself.
Leonidas calls for help. Now gives to Bowers way top of the key. Right side is Jada Clark. Jada on a screen from Bowers on the left hip. Takes it, do-si-dos. Gives inside to Bowers off the glass and good. They ran that to perfection.
That was easy.
Was really well done.
Easy pick and roll there.
32-28 Utah State with just under 7 remaining. 6:48 on the clock here in the third quarter. On here on the Mount West Network and Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Quezada on a catch above the charity stripe. Spins left. We got a what? Foul. And that's going to go on Bowers. That'll be her 3rd foul.
And that's what I was talking about. Her and Hull coming to the second half with 2 apiece. They're the backup bigs. It would be interesting to see if that affects rotations a little bit with the 3 fouls. She's not going to come out at this point in time.
Shallow's going to inbound. Just sort of Elise. Elise nearly travels with it. Right side is Emmy. That was close. On a curl is Shyla. Shyla pump fakes, leans her way in. Off the glass, too strong, no good. Muse on the rebound. She'll give to Clark.
That's
Clark,
one of.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's just one of those plays where Latone's got to realize not that this one's not happening, as opposed to forcing up a bad shot.
Clark on the right of the wing, gets a screen from Bowers, takes that screen on the left hip. Stop, pull up, jumper is no good. Shyla on the rebound. Shyla to Emmy on the far side. We'll have subs check in on the next dead ball. Right side is Stafford. Stafford, jab step to the left, goes into lane off the right, off the glass. Shot's partially blocked, is blocked by Muse. She'll give to Leonidas. Aggie or Boise got a 3-on-2 break. Leonidas into the lane, off the glass, and gets it to go.
Shot.
What a shot.
Right over Emmy.
Creativity.
Stafford, great take. Just absolutely left Bowers in her dust there, but that's what happens when you got those 2 bigs. Muse was there to clean it up for her on that last possession.
32-30, Utah State leads it. 5:45 remaining in the third quarter. And Dowa holds on the right of the wing, looking for help. A drop-off pass to Quezada, doesn't even find her. It's a turnover on Utah State. Here's Leonidas off to the charity stripe. A jumper's too strong, no good. Elise collects the rebound.
Leonidas does, I think, Utah State a favor every time she does that. Her speed's her greatest weapon. Take it to the hoop. Instead, she stops that short jumper. She hadn't made one yet.
Left of the wing is Emmy. Emmy on a screen, roll to Stafford. Stafford. Nothing backdoor to Latone, so instead hands off to Randall. Randall back to Stafford. Left of the wing is still Emmy. On a dribble to the top of the key with the right hand. Kick back to Stafford. Left wing 3. Pump fakes, goes in the lane. Might have had a foul. Quezada up with it. That's no good. We draw a foul. We do. Quezada will go to the line to shoot 2.
I'd say,
and I think the ref just told Coach Scaife I missed it.
Yeah, they got it down low, and it's a big one because it's Bowers' 4th, which I think if you're Utah State you'll take. But yeah, Leonidas wrapped her arms around Stafford's waist there. But man, credit Stafford there fighting on that one. She thought she was gonna have a couple shots. Continued moving the ball and able to drive into space. Quezada's gonna take advantage here with the shots now.
Chance to end a 2:42 scoring drought. Can she do it with a free throw? Yes. 3-point ball game, 33-30, 5:01 remaining in the third quarter. Quezada, who has 8, trying to make it 9, if I can talk. Second one is good. And now it's 9 points. She'll check out. Lacey Hawthorne will check in.
A little bit of a press show here for a little token pressure from Utah State. Hull checked in for Boise State. She's got 2 fouls as well, so something to watch.
Yeah, Bowers has 4. Is that right, you said?
Yep.
Leonidas on to the right side on a dribble. Halfway around the world. To the corner is Lindsay. Inside pass to Muse. Muse needs help. Now she's doubled. Finds a way to thread a pass to the free throw line. To the 3 for Clark is no good. I don't know how she got the pass through. This bounce pass from Emmy to Lace is too far. Goes out of bounds.
Yeah, to be your
Coach
point.
gave grimaces.
I don't know how she threaded it. And that one, I think Lacey just took her eyes off the ball.
34-30, Utah State leads at 4:37 remaining in the third. We got a immediate timeout. We'll take it as well here on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield.
Keep playing hard. We're right there.
Sorry, the ref was saying in our way, and I couldn't see our wonderful production crew over there signaling for that we're coming back. You're in the Mountain West Network, Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Aggies lead it by 4, 4:37 remaining. Just after a turnover from Lacey, goes back to Boise State. Leonidas will start with a dribble, going across timeline towards the right side. Gives to Lindsay. Top of the key is Hull. Now to Leonidas, who goes into the lane, right side, draws contact, foul, and 1.
I'm surprised Boise State hasn't gone to that a little bit more often. Leonidas, I think, has been mostly a non-factor in the half court, despite her devastating speed there. They just give her a simple screen, and she just runs all the way to the hoop.
Aggies have not had a field goal in the last 3:18, man. Last 3:18. And yet they still lead it by 2, but they have a chance, Boise has a chance to cut it to 1. And Quezada, who did not get much rest, checks back in, and Elise Stafford will check out.
Was that on Stafford? Because I believe that's her third, and that would make sense why she's subbing out.
They said it's on Stafford, and that's her second.
Second, excuse me.
So Leonidas at the line. She's not shot a free throw yet there. Up and in and out to elbows. Lacey on the rebound. Remains a 2-point ball game, 34-32, just under 4.5 remaining in the third quarter. Nana. Dribble with the right hand, pounding it. Right side is Quezada. Play action fake with Mana. Holds, kick to the corner, Emmy. 3-ball on the way, yummy!
Utah State had a lot of good looks in the first half. They couldn't go down. Just keep shooting those good looks. Some of them will go down. That one an easy one. She just gets a pin down screen wide open.
Emmy's got 8 on the game today. Here is Muse. Right side is Lindsay. Lindsay goes into the lane. Pull-up floater, tough contested jumper's no good, but Muse on the rebound, goes into the lane, throws it up again off the glass, that's too strong. Leonidas, nope, Muse corrals the rebound, gives to Leonidas, bounce pass, if you got a charge, it is. Emmy draws it.
And how about that? Leonidas drew 3 charges in the first half there. Emmy gets her back for 1. And that was an easy one. Emmy was waiting for it. She lowered that shoulder. She went in for the contact.
I think Emmy's leading the team, and I'm not sure it's even close, but leads the team in charges.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Nero checks in for Jada Clark. So you have Lindsay, Leonidas, Hull, Nero, and Muse on for the Boise State Broncos. It's Hawthorne, Harris, Mensa, Latone, and Quezada for the Aggies. Here's Latone on the right side. Chest pass to Hawthorne. Hawthorne looking inside for Quezada. Finds her. Bounce pass there. Quezada skip past Emmy on the left of the wing. 10 on the shot clock. Now to Mana again. Going right and throwing it left. It's a turnover on the Aggies. 3.5 remaining, and the Aggies lead it by 5. That is the 14th turnover on Utah State.
Yeah, Mena ran a slant, Emmy threw a fade.
Happens. Leonidas on a handoff to Lindsay. Back to Leonidas, underneath the hoop. Right side, can't finish. Emmy there to contest it. Quezada on the rebound. She'll run across timeline. Emmy, right side, corner, Mana, 3, get in, no, front rim. Lacey on the rebound. Lacey kicks back to Emmy, stands on the S of the logo, and will hold back. Under Coach Scaife, who's subbing in for Coach R today. On the direction, gets a play call, goes to Lacey. Lacey off the left side, goes up with his shot block, goes out of bounds. Back to the Aggies with 9 on the shot clock.
Nice play there by Hull, shuffled her feet, continued to stay big, and it got a block out of it.
Emmy checks out, Rendawa checks in, Latone checks out, Kinley Falk checks in.
Be interesting to see how Utah State's offense functions this way. The offense has been at the best when Emmy's been running point guard.
Kinley to Quezada, who goes to the baseline. Loses control of the ball. Lacey collects it. 6 on the shot clock. 5, 4. Man, I don't know if she sees it. 2, 1. Throws up 1 with contact off the glass. No good. But she's bailed out by Boise State. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
One of Minna's biggest strength, I think, is her physicality while she drives. She can finish through contact, and that one, Leonidas not happy. She's going to sub out because I believe that's her. It's 2 at least.
And it is 2 for her. Yep, you're correct.
She just picked him up these last couple possessions.
So Mensa's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Aggies up 5, 37-32. First one is good with 2:43 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 6-point ball game. Mana at the line has not been there yet, actually. Now she's 1-1. Shooting 100%. Second. Good.
Take advantage of the freebie, especially in a game where scoring's come at a premium.
39-32. Utah State, 2:40 remaining in the third. Nero calls the play, dribbles across timeline. Osley now is Hull inside to Muse. Muse spins to the left, off the glass. Good.
Good play by Muse there.
Great
double
play.
team came from her left. She spun right, went up off the glass.
Yeah, great job of reading that double. Mana on the right side will dribble with the right hand. Stands on the logo, being guarded by Nero. Entry pass to Quezada. We got a foul. It's going to go on Muse, and for Muse, that's going to be 3.
Biggs.
Bowers has 4, right?
Bowers has 4.
Yeah, they got to be careful here. In fact, that's 18 fouls for Boise State, so it's free throws the rest of the quarter for the Aggies.
I think
1 foul on Utah State.
Utah State, I think, has done a much better job forcing the issue.
Quezada, angled right stance to the free throw line. Free throw is good. 4-5 at the line. Second to make it a 7-point game. Good. 41-34, 2:18 remaining. Lindsay's going to check out. Nope, Lindsay's going to stay in. Sorry, Quezada's going to check out. Stafford's going to check in.
AJ, on the stats, how many fouls does a lot have? I feel like we haven't seen her.
Let's see. Good question. A lot right now.
Boise State passer on the perimeter. Sarah's got it. Back to Hall. I got you, buddy. Here you go.
2 fouls on the lot. Right side is Lindsay into the lane. Draws contact on Mana. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Yeah, the lot's got.
Am I wrong?
fouls.
I just feel like we haven't seen her here
No,
yet.
I lied to you. The lot doesn't have a foul yet.
Wonder what's up with that. I don't feel like we've seen her this third quarter. That one's tough for Mana, but I think that turnabout's fair play. Mana drew. Speak of the devil.
Coach Urgia.
I just wonder because she's a starter, and I feel like we hadn't seen her. Now you had the backup big starting to rack up some fouls here.
Lindsay's first free throw is good. 41-35, 2:03 remaining in the third quarter. Second one is no good. Into Lacey's hands. Mana on the catch.
Just cannot. The Utah State post players today, I think, have taken this challenge and have responded beautifully.
Mana to Elise. Back to Mana on a handoff. Mana goes into the lane. Skip pass to the corner. Kinley 3. No good. Great look for Kinley. Just couldn't get it to go. Lalon on the rebound will outlet to Nero. Nero wants to run. Nero bounce pass inside to Muse. Muse dribbles into traffic, taken away by Kinley.
Kinley read that beautifully. She came backside double team. They had a triple team going, but she saw exactly where Muse wanted to go with it.
Option pitch to Mana. Mana on the right side. Now into Stafford. We got a foul.
Nope, kickball.
No, it's kickball. Sorry. I was going to say, if that's a foul, that's on Muse. That would have been her 4th. Aggies will inbound from just the left side of the hoop on the baseline. Kinley will do the honors. Kinley looks, now gives to Lacey. Lacey onto the lane, dribbles across the baseline. Pitch pass to Stafford is a Ray, and it's picked up by Boise State. Lindsay to the right side to Osley. Now inside to Muse. Muse faces a double on the right of the block. Needs help. Kick pass to Nero. Extra pass to Lindsay for 3. Got it.
Nice passing.
Great ball movement by Boise. Gets him a 3. It's now a 3-point game, 41-38. 1 minute remaining. Utah State leads it.
There's double team. Someone's open. Boise State made Utah State pay on that one.
Again, Utah State does not have a field goal in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Here's a 3 from Stafford, and nope, to the left, way short and off. Loose ball, jump ball. That's going to go back to Utah State.
Credit to Utah State, because again, you know, it's easy enough to say, yeah, the ball's on the deck, go get it, but you got to go get it.
Kinley checks out, Lacey checks out, Charlotte Tone checks in, as does Quezada. Quezada's just getting like small breathers, just saying, collect your breath for like 1 minute, maybe less than that. We got to get you back in.
Well, I mean, she's, I think, done a good job defensively and offensively against Muse.
Randawa inbounds to Stafford, right side Latone. 19 on the shot clock, inside to Quezada, who spins to the right. Pirouettes to the left, off the glass, good.
She got Muse up in the air. That was an easy blow by. Well done, Quezada.
43-38. Narrow on a dribble being guarded by Randawa, right of the arc, high above it. Now finds Oxley at the top of the key. She thinks about a 3, now takes it after a pump fake. Way to the left, no good, very short as well. That goes out of bounds and back to the Aggies.
Sometimes it just takes a shooter. Hey, you got to get a shooter to hesitate. That's why you close out.
Yeah, I mean, for how good of a shooter Oxley is, too, that's usually a warm-up jumper for her. 43-38, Utah State with the lead, and they'll play for the final possession with the 10 seconds remaining on the game clock in the third quarter. Right side is Quezada with 8. Quezada holds with 6. Dribbles with 5. Into the lane with 4. Off the glass. Can't get it to go. Ball tipped around into Mana's hands with 1. Lindsay lets it go at the buzzer. Just short.
Close.
Yeah, look good from here.
Yeah, the Boise State, I think you got to celebrate the end of that possession. Coach not happy with the refs, but I think they could got a Muse again.
So we go to the fourth quarter. 10 minutes left of basketball. The Aggies lead it by 5. They led last game by 11 in the fourth. Couldn't hold on to it. Can they hold on to this one?
Why, Ajay? Why?
I just telling you, it's a story set up. We call that a tease. You listen to the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. We have a little bit of a technical difficulty, I believe, with the scoreboards that are completely turned off.
It's okay. If you turn it off, turn it back on again, it'll be done.
We went from color television to black screens, and we have nothing there. And they're going to wait to try and get this fixed so the teams will gather back inside their huddles.
It's all right. I'll be right back. I'm going to go blow in the cartridge.
You know what?
Blow in the cartridge, like from Super Nintendo, right? Whenever it didn't work, you did and then you put it back in, and it was fine.
That's what our listeners need to hear from your microphone. Great job. 43-38, Utah State leads it here as we begin the fourth quarter. Latone has been really, really good today, 12 points. Quezada, as usual, being Quezada, she has 13 points, 5 boards. For Boise State, what do you need to do to get your offense going here? Because you were pretty sluggish in the third quarter, AJ.
I really think they need to go inside out. I mean, credit Utah State's defense, but I mean, I felt like Lalott did not play any of that third quarter. Did you call Muse's name really at all in the third quarter? I mean, I feel like their post has mostly been a non-factor because if they get in the half court, it just seems like they really struggle to find some kind of consistency. I mean, unless Utah State is going to turn the ball over and Boise State can get some transition going, I think they got to go inside. That's their bread and butter.
Refs coming over here to talk to Coach Juan Scaife. I think they're going to kind of use this upper board here to kind of determine time and such, or at least to keep an eye on that while they try to fix the boards. Oh, now they got the boards fixed. We're good to go, as I said that. 43-38. Utah State leads it. Boise State will start with possession of the ball to start the fourth quarter. Boise State in their black uniforms, jerseys and shorts, blue numbers, orange trim. Aggies in the creams of jerseys and shorts with the blue numbers, white trim. Narrow, bounce pass to Lalott. Now to Lindsay, who's getting a few more minutes here in the second half. Lindsay looking for help, bounce pass to Osley. Osley on a right-handed dribble, sees a double. Scoots into the lane, puts one up, partially blocked by Quezada. Quezada is able to save it, but does it in a lot of hands. Now it's Osley, ball's wild. Here's a three from Narrow. That's good, you gotta be kidding me.
Big bucket there for Boise State. And that's one of the things you got to watch out for Boise State. Utah State played great defense, couldn't get their hands on the defensive rebound, and the Broncos get one of the few threes they've made today, which was a huge one.
In fact, they're just 4-13 from three, but they only trail by 2. Utah State leads at 43-31 early in the fourth quarter, sorry. Randawa, top of the key, right-handed dribble, into the paint, spins to the right, throws one up, we got to travel. And Randawa, grabs her right shoulder.
She hit the deck hard. I think the travel, unfortunately, the right call is she was bracing for contact and it just didn't come. And they kind of took the rug out from underneath her.
Jay Lee, the trainer, will come out and look at Randawa. Team will huddle up. You're going to have to get a sub now, and Man will be that sub for Randawa. 9:05 remaining. It's a 43-41 game. Ball will go back to Boise State. By the way, 16 turnovers on the Aggies, 15 on Boise State in the game.
It's been a physical game where points have definitely come at a premium.
Randawa still being looked at. She lays on the ground just underneath the basketball hoop.
I think you can feel her frustration, too. We normally see her be consistently the leading scorer for Utah State. Just has not. Credit to Boise State. I think Utah State's had some other things offensively they've been looking at. It just has not been the go-to option today. I think you feel her frustration a little bit.
Yep. She's now sat up. She's talking to the trainer. It's good to see her be able to sit up. But, you know, looking right now, Quezada right now double figures at 13. Latone has 12. Muse has 10. Randawa was able to, by the way, get up on her feet. Walks underneath her own power. Has a little bit of a smile on her face. And we'll go sit and talk with the trainer and try to get herself worked up. She's actually going to walk up the tunnel with Jay Lee. And Boise State will have the ball. Muse will be the one to inbound. She'll do so to Narrow, being guarded by Mana. Mana will be more than happy to escort Narrow across the timeline. Osley on the right side on a screen from Lalott. Oh boy, might have been a moving screen. Left side is Narrow. She'll take a three. Front rim, no good. Quezada on the rebound. I don't mean to be biased there. I apologize, but it looks like a moving screen to me from a lot.
Call it like you see it, man. That's always even.
On a double set screen for Emmy. She now pitches back to Quezada, back to Emmy. Straightaway three. Oh, in and out. Lalott with another rebound. Lalott now has 13 boards on 4 points. Narrow inside to Muse. Mismatch with Emmy. Kick out corner pass to Aussie. Bounce pass into Lalott, and she steps out of bounds.
Man, it's always got to be. I'm always impressed when that doesn't happen. Like Osley stepped on the side because there's not that much space over there.
There really isn't. You can walk on that court, and yeah.
Break for Utah State there because she went right back into Lalott. I think had a mismatch.
43-41, 8.5 remaining, fourth quarter. Utah State with the lead. Emmy, left side to Quezada, who's just underneath the arc on the left of the wing. Holds, dribbles with the right hand, stops. Bounce pass to Emmy, back at the top of the key. Emmy tries to go into the lane. Kick out pass to Mana. Mana to Stafford. 7 on the shot clock, now 6. Stafford dribbles with 5. Into the lane with 4, 2, 1. Turnaround hook shot, got it.
Huge bucket there. Lalott, good defense there. Stafford just spun around to create space and got the hook shot up.
Narrow bounce pass inside of Lalott. Lalott goes up with it off the glass, can't get it to go. Ball bounces into Muse's hand. She'll put it up off the glass and good.
Getting physical down there. Again, Utah State, good defense there to make the first miss. Got to make sure you get the defensive rebound.
Emmy on a handoff to Latone. Latone on the right of the wing. Back to Emmy, who cuts underneath the hoop. Reverse layup is good.
What a play there. Handoff, run, get a screen. I'm all by myself under the basket.
47-43, 7.5 remaining in the fourth. It's coming down to the wire. Lalott. Right side is Osley. A screen from Lalott. Takes that screen. Bounce pass to Lalott. Goes into the right of the block. Now is double. Needs help. Kick out pass to Osley. Pump it to 3. Gal flies by. Now takes it and in and out into Shiloh's hands. Boy, every time Osley gets that look, you just think it's automatic. Mana on a skip pass to the corner. Emmy.
Nice recovery there by Boise State.
Yep. Gives a bounce pass inside to Quezada. Goes up with it. Draws a foul. Can't get it to go, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And this is going to be key. Who goes that foul? Who's your team?
I think it's on Osley. It was on Osley.
And that will be Osley's second.
The funny thing is that if Quezada, I think, had recognized what was going on, I think Osley doesn't get that foul. She turned around and was completely shocked nobody was there, and then Osley on the recovery fouled her trying to stop the shot.
Quezada at the line, and she is currently 5 of 6 there today. Make it 5 of 7. 47-43, 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Freebies are going to be needed.
Bowers checked back in, and Lalott went out.
4 on Bowers, by the way, right? So
yeah.
she's 1 away from having her day done.
Which is surprising. I mean, I know Muse is their second leading scorer, one of their best players. Surprised Muse, I don't know, has sat down yet in this half.
Nope, she hasn't. She's played 27 minutes. By the way, Quezada checked out. Lacey Hawthorne checked in. Narrow on the right of the wing. With the left hand, we got a offensive foul.
Bowers'
Who's that
day's
go
done.
on that, Bowers? That is. She's
Her day's done. Moving screen. Amy hit the deck hard on that one, too.
And that's going to send in Hull.
Ajay, am I wrong? Like, just Lalott has not played a ton. Coach not happy with the call, but, you know, and I did not see it, but sometimes it's the motion, right? Amy hits the deck. Ref's eye's going to be drawn to that. Ref's double checking, make sure Bowers had 5.
Yep. So Hull checks in, and Hull, by the way, has 2 fouls on her, so she's so far doing okay in that regard. Emmy brings it across timeline. Now he's up by 5. 6:45 remaining. Here's a 3. Right wing, Shiloh. No. Boy, that's a great look.
It's a smidge short. A smidge.
Narrow wants to run for Boise State. Left of the wing. Looks inside to Hull. Instead gives to Muse. Muse to the right of the lane. Off the glass. No good. Draws the foul. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's on Stafford.
That one, interesting. Interesting call, I shall say.
Yep, that is on Stafford. That's her 3rd. That's a team first foul. Boise State's got 2 here in the 4th. Used at the line to go shoot 2, and she is 2-2 at the line. Her trying to make their presence known. Oh, in and out, back in.
It's something about Utah State, man. Again, she's under a 65% free throw shooter. She is 3 for 3 today.
Second, no good, too far off the rim, and tipped into Boise State's hands. Here's Narrow on the catch to Osley. Pump fakes a 3. Stops, holds, pirouettes to the right, and gives to Narrow. Narrow to Osley, now inside to Hull, to Muse. Muse draws a foul again, she'll go to the line again. This one's going to go on Latone, and for Latone, that's going to be your third foul.
That was a nice play by Boise State. They had a mismatch down low with Hull. Hull got the double team, fed Muse. Now, statistically, by the law of averages, this is the right play here. You don't give up the layup. You force Muse to the free throw line.
She went 1 of 2 in her last trip. This one, she is, well, 1 of 1. She makes the first. Latone boxing out.
She has missed 3 total free throws, and I think she's at 17 attempts already against Utah State this season.
Second. Got it. 48-46. That offensive rebound becomes huge now. 6:17 remaining. Aggies lead it by 2. Here's Latone. Sees a double. Skip pass to Emmy on the left of the wing. Emmy directs traffic, switches places with Release. Now hands off to Shiloh. Back to Emmy. Right side of the glass. Good.
Same play.
They ran that play, didn't they?
Yep. Emmy Harris hands off to Latone, gets a side screen on the wing, and then goes down back door all by herself.
Lindsay has to his check back in. We got another foul.
They're going to say Lacey grabbed her. She went around for the steal. You see that one a lot, so it doesn't surprise me.
For Lacey, that's her first foul. That's the third. No, that's a third foul for Utah State.
Yeah, 3 Utah State, 2 Boise here with 5:53 to go.
Muse on the catch to Lindsay. Lindsay holds, now gives to Hole. Here's Nero. Nero takes a 3, partially blocked by Stafford. Was blocked by Stafford. 2-on-1 Aggies, jailbreak for them. Lob to Stafford, glass, good.
That was a no look right there too. Latone knew she had Stafford on her hip the entire time.
Boise wants a timeout, and we will take it as well. 52-46. Aggies on a fast break, get a bucket. 5:36 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It is a full timeout. We'll take it as well on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Welcome back to the Mountain West Network here on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. The Aggies lead at 52-46, 5.5 remaining. 5:36 to be exact, where the Aggies are 4 of their last 5 from the field. AJ caught hot right at the right time.
How about this, a number that Coach Art always tells us to pay attention to. Utah State, 17 made shots, 13 assists.
That's always been really key, too, isn't it? The ball movement from the Aggies.
100%.
Boise State will have possession of the ball as Nero will bring it across timeline. Mountain will meet her at the three-point line. Just high above the arc on the right side is Osley. Osley on the screen from Muse. Muse left side to Lalaw, who's checked back into the game. Lalaw holds. Now, instead goes inside to Muse. Muse has to go retain it after losing it. Skip pass to Lindsay. Lindsay pump fakes a 3. Goes back to Osley. Patient offense by the Broncos with 7 on the shot clock. Step back floater. Off the front rim and in.
That's a tough shot.
That is. Makes it look easy, though, doesn't she?
Off foot, floating, falling backwards.
Dirk Nowitzki-esque, huh? How about it?
A little bit.
Yep, she's an impressive player. Right side is Latone. Latone looks, holds, now in the corner to Lacey. Lacey, bounce pass to Quezada. Quezada underneath the arc, dribbles the baseline, stop, spins, stuck, bounce pass to Lacey to the top of the key with 9 on the shot clock. Emmy into the lane, throws one up with the right-handed floater, way short, no good. Lindsay on the rebound, we got contact on the foul. That's going to go on Lacey, that'll be her second.
That's a silly foul. That was a good defensive possession there by Boise. Utah State couldn't get anything going that they wanted.
And we have immediate timeout. We'll take it now as well. 4:39 remaining, 52-48. Utah State on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Welcome back on the Mountain West Network, Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Utah State 52-48. 4:39 remaining in the fourth. This has been a good one, AJ.
2 teams who desperately want the win. They've played like it today.
That is great analysis right there. Right side is Mary Kay.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Mary Kay Nero on the left-handed dribble. Right side is Osley. Osley looking inside for Muse. Gets it to her on the double now. Muse finds Malott. Malott backs into Quezada, puts it off the glass.
A lot of contact. That's what always gets me. I don't know which way it goes. I'm always surprised, though, there's no whistle. Those are the ones that get me. Nice play, though. Boise State doing a nice job adjusting to the double team coming to their first big, finding the second big cutting.
52-50, Utah State, 4:06 remaining. Here is Mensah inside to Quezada. Quezada wants to go to work. Puts it up and is blocked by Muse. Osley on the catch. We'll bring it across timeline. Guarded by Latone. Step for step. Osley dribbles halfway around the world. Now hands off to Nero. Nero on a screen. The right hand back to Osley. Osley looking inside to Muse. On another screen. A lot back to Osley. Now to Muse. Muse on the catch. High above the wing. Finds Lindsay. Lindsay pump fakes a shot. Goes into lane. Off the glass. Can't finish. Emmy has it knocked out of her hands by the law. Here's Muse off the glass and good.
That one rough. Nice take, though, by Lorvarich. Nice little fake pass to get there. She couldn't finish, but Boise State cleans up on the offensive glass. Going to be Utah State down the stretch. Has to get defensive rebounds.
Lorvarich now has 4 points in the game. Here's Stafford. We got a reach and foul. Is that on the lot?
No, it's,
nope,
it's on Narrow.
Narrow's 4th foul, or is that her 3rd? That's her 4th. Oh, boy.
She's got 4. The only other one with 3 is Muse.
Tied up at 52 apiece. 3:13 remaining in the 4th quarter. Second consecutive game, Aggies have a game coming down to the wire. Here's a pass inside to Lelise. Elise now doubled. We got a jump ball, and it's going to go stay with Utah State.
I'm glad Utah State break there. It stays that one a little bit curious. I'm always curious to see how refs decide to judge jump balls, because I feel like some are quicker on the whistle than others.
Shyla inbound from underneath the baseline. Looking, gets it to Elise. Back to Shyla. Shyla, 3-ball. Get in there. Yummy.
Big 3. Big 3 for Utah State.
55-52 under 3 remaining in the 4th quarter. Aggies leading. Here's Narrow. Top of the key right side is Muse. Muse holds. Looking for Osley. Gets it on a handoff. Osley jab step with the left. Goes to the right. Stops. Now doubled. Bounce passes into Quezada's hands. Quezada's got a breakaway. Now it's Shyla to the right side. Shyla wants a 2nd consecutive 3. Oh, front rim no good.
That one, I think she got caught a little bit because she had to backtrack so much to get to the line. It was hard to get in the shooting rhythm.
55-52, 2.5 remaining. That would have been huge for the Aggies. Lovrovich stops, now pirouettes. Nearly had a jump ball there. Instead, Ousley on the right wing takes a warm-up jumper. No good. Ball tipped around, and is it going to go off? Ooh, they're going to say Aggies ball. I thought it went on the leash.
Yeah, that was close there. And see, that's what I'm talking about. I thought there was you had a legitimate case, I think, for a jump ball. That one, I think, a break for Utah State, but I'm going to guess they say it was off of Lalotte's foot.
We got a whistle. We got a timeout from the Aggies. Coach Gabe calls it. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 55-52, 2:16 remaining in the 4th quarter on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. The ball going from left to right on the radio dial, right to left on your screen. What are you looking for here, AJ?
Emmy's in. Randall checked in. I'd like the ball in Randall. Well, I think I'd like the ball in Shyla's hands coming off some kind of screen.
Here's Quezada on the right of the wing. Now it's Shyla on that screen. Pull up, straightaway 3. Back rim, no good. Long rebound goes to Narrow. Narrow's going to pull it across.
Close.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Aggies by 3. Left of the wing is Narrow. Narrow looking for Muse. Bounce pass to her. It goes out of bounds, and it goes back to the Aggies.
Now, that's an unforced error by the Broncos. Nobody touched it. She just threw it too far.
That was a bold of a bounce pass, too. Put some mustard on that.
How about if you're Utah State, a little bit of a wrinkle.
I believe.
Oh, they're going to review it.
Oh, they're going to review it? Okay.
See if somebody got a fingertip on it.
All right, so 55-52, 1:51 remaining. Coach Scaife has a little bit of a smile on his face.
From our perspective, it looked like it was just an errant pass, but
yeah.
we'll see. Maybe somebody got a fingertip on it. Look, all I'm going to say is on that last possession, I'm available to be on the bench at any point in time. But how about for this next possession, if Utah State keeps it, how about you run that same wrinkle with Emmy and Latone with some kind of added wrinkle to it, a shooter popping out somewhere cutting, because they've run it successfully 2 times here in this second half. You got to have some kind of wrinkle in case Boise State tries to jump that one.
Latone has 15, Quezada has 14, Harris has 12 for the Aggies. Those are your 3 double figures. Stafford with 9. Rendawa has 1, Hawthorne 2, as does Mensa. For Boise, Muse has 17 on 6 of 9 shooting, 5 of 6 at the line. She also has 12 boards. That's pretty impressive.
Those bigs.
Leonidas and Lalott each have 6.
Lalott has 14 rebounds too.
Woo! Narrow has 8. Osley has 7. Levrovich has 4. Clark, Bowers each have 2. And Bowers is done for the day, by the way. Narrow has 4 fouls, and Muse has 3. Yep. Meanwhile, for the Aggies, in regard to foul trouble, Randalla has, Latone has 3.
Latone and
Stafford have 3, yep.
Utah State did a nice, it was that 3rd quarter where really the whistles really started to come. I thought Utah State did a nice job forcing the issue with a lot of screens and trying to get the ball downhill towards the hoop, where Boise State You know, to their credit, I think, you know, it's not that they were just taking jump shots, and that's where you see some of those disparities. But I think Utah State just did a nice job frustrating their offense as Boise State couldn't figure out which way they were going with it.
Don't forget, Aggie's next home game will be on February 26th, 1 o'clock against Nevada, part of a Aggie doubleheader. That night, big, massive game. Colorado State comes into the Spectrum, takes on the men's basketball squad. Aggies is trying to find some way to get some of that momentum back after a tough loss to Nevada last night by 15. Try to rebound and collect themselves, and they have a tough trip coming up next week at San Diego State on Tuesday, at Boise State on Saturday. Two of the top 4 teams in the conference for the Aggies next week. That's going to be a massive trip.
And you know,
Utah State.
San Diego State's going to want revenge for that one too.
They're a little bit bitter right now, a little bit petty after that tough loss to Aggies here inside the Spectrum. Matt Bradley is looking for revenge, salivating at that return game coming up next Saturday. You can hear all those games here on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Reelfield, on Aggie Radio 92.3, and on the Aggie Radio YouTube channel. Those games, I believe, all of them are nationally broadcasted, and we got a decision from the
referee.
it's
Utah State ball from what I lip read, but we'll see.
Yep, it is. They're going to go back to Utah State.
So I think you're Utah State. I definitely want to work some clock, but I think a good shot more than anything. How about that wrinkles? Harris is going to get the inbound here. How about that wrinkle with Latone, who's sitting on this side of the court that they've run it each time?
We'll see how they do. Randall inbounds to Emmy. Under 2 on the clock, and the Aggies up 3 in the 4th quarter. Emmy. Bounce pass to Quezada. Top of the key is Stafford. Pump fakes. Now back to Quezada. Quezada goes into the lane, off the right side, off the glass, and good, and the foul.
That was just a straight blow by. They thought Stafford was going to get it. Both Muse and Lalade stepped to her, and Quezada went right down Broadway.
Count the bucket, and that is Loverich's first foul. Now send Quezada to the line to shoot 1 to complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. With 1:35 on the clock, a chance to make it a 6-point game. Boy, this is a massive free throw. Bends, extends, releases, hits.
Points have come at a premium. That and 1 feels just massive.
1:33 on the clock. Aggies 58, Boise State 52. Indoor pass to Lalade, who spins, top, narrow 3 on the way. Banks it in. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Has Narrow not? I think she's got 3 threes, and they have all been huge. They've come at the exact right time for the Broncos.
Narrow keeps the Broncos in, and with a bank-in 3, it's 58-55, 1:11 on the clock. And pounding the dribble with the right hand. Bounce pass to Stafford. Here comes Quezada into the lane off the left side. Nearly loses control, puts it up on the reverse lip, and in.
That was big. She had to go over Muse, too, as she turned around, and Muse has definitely blocked a couple today.
17 for Quezada on 5 of 11 shooting. Narrow on the dribble, goes into the lane, bounce pass into Lalade, Lalade left of the block, on the double, gives back to Narrow. Narrow being guarded by Randall, stops and tries to bounce it a lot, and it's taken away. Latone on the steal. Coach Gabe saying be smart here. 36 on the game clock. Don't know if they're going to foul. They're down 5. They need to foul, right? Okay. Narrow fouled. She fouled out. That's why.
She was hesitating. Narrow was looking at the coach, trying to figure out, and I think it's what you said. Same thing. She was going to foul it, so she's done. And Ajay, I think that's the issue when you've had the struggle when it comes to the perimeter players lacking a little bit of confidence, especially with Leonidas not really playing a whole lot in the second half. Instead of trying to get a floater up, maybe go for a shot there, Narrow tried to drop the ball off, and instead it was a turnover.
We got a timeout from Boise State. It's going to be a 30. We'll keep it here. 60-55, 30 seconds left. Actually, 31 seconds left, I'll say. Aggie's got 4 fouls. Boise State has 5. And, you know, it's, I think on this possession, because you're down 5, they're going to foul you immediately. I mean, this sounds weird, but do you go to your post player, Quezada, just get her the ball immediately and let her go to the line to try and finish this thing off?
I mean, she's been successful.
7 to 9 at the line.
I don't have an argument for it. Emmy Harris is solid. I mean, you put your best foul shooters, I think, out there for the most part, which is what looks like Coach Scaife has done. Or no, Latone's at the line. So to answer your question, Ajay, no, I would let Latone shoot these since she's already got them.
Utah State leading by 5, 60-55. Latone's going to, yep, never mind. Latone's at the line, you're right.
I got you. That's my coaching expertise right there.
31 seconds left. Latone has a chance to pull this thing to 7. First one's good. And with that made free throw, Coach Scaife sends the rest of everybody else back. Going to play prevent defense here.
It's, it's just these football analogies that we like to cross sport fans into here.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's the best. Leonidas on the catch on the inbound. Aggies up 7 after 2 made free throws. Here's Osley, wide open 3, right wing, back rim, no good. Quezada on the rebound. Quezada holds, and she's fouled by Lindsay.
That's that held your breath there for a second for Utah State, because Osley's one of the shooters you don't want to get.
When she had that wide open look. Whew.
That's one of the shooters you don't want to let go. That's what's so big about Mary Kay fouling out, because she's hit 3 big threes in this game.
Quezada at the line. She's 7-9 there. And 2 free throws should probably all but seal it. First one up, first one no good.
It's because you said it would seal it.
I know.
It doesn't help that the herd's doing winning team, losing team right now either.
I've seen too many crazy feats inside this spectrum to think that the game's over until I hit all zeros.
Unless you're up 20 with a minute to go or something like that. Let's get the whistle going, or the final buzzer.
Second one's good. We got a timeout, 63-55.
That coach is not happy.
Yeah, he is not thrilled right now about something. Not sure exactly what it was. 63-55, 19 seconds remaining. It's a 30. We'll keep it here. Or no, they called a full, but let's keep it here anyways. Yeah, AJ.
AJ, what is the free throw count for both teams right now?
17-21 for the Aggies, 8 of 11 for Boise State.
Can you tell me what that key to the game says right there?
Win free throw line bottle.
That's not an O.
That looks like an O.
That's an A.
That's definitely an O.
It's not.
Win free throw line bottle.
Yeah, so AJ doesn't want to give me credit. I believe 21 attempts to, 11 attempts for Boise State?
Yeah.
That counts.
Yep. 17-21. Remember, the Aggies, that free throw bugaboo in the second half cost the Aggies in the second half against Colorado State when they're up double digits in the fourth quarter.
They hit the ones they needed to tonight.
Exactly. 17-21 from the field, up 8, and a chance to steal a win against Boise State.
So, out of curiosity, and we'll probably get into this more in the post game, what does this do for the seeding in the standings?
Not much. Doesn't really budget much. Aggies still would need to go beat Air Force in New Mexico next week to have really any kind of impact to climb into that 9 seed, which Boise State does hold. But a loss for Boise State, they'd slip from having a grasp on the 8 seed and fall to the 9, which really isn't much of a difference because 8-9 play each other in that wild card round and at the Mountain West tournament. All right, Boise will inbound. Leonidas will do so. She's been quiet here in the second half. We'll do so to Jade Clark. Back to Leonidas. Leonidas, top of the key with 16-15. Bounce pass inside to Muse is kicked away. Back to the Boise State Broncos with 13 on the clock.
And that play, I think, is an example of why Utah State's going to win today. They've been smart on their double teams, but the guards have been so good at coming and disrupting the post play for Boise State on offense.
Inbounds pass to Clark. Her 3 is blocked by Stafford. Boise will call off the Dogs, and that will do it. Utah State is going to get a win over the Boise State Broncos. Final score from the Spectrum as the buzzer sounds. Utah State 63, Boise State 65. Utah State will improve to 3-11 in Mountain West play and 8-16 overall. Boise State falls to 4-9 in Mountain West play and 8-16 overall. We'll have Coach Scaife on here in just a few minutes, or just a few moments, I should say. He'll go say hi to the USU herd and those in attendance. He'll participate in the fight song. We'll do a post-game interview. Great game for Quezada as usual. 20 points from her on 7 boards. Latone had 17, 4 rebounds. Stafford had 9. Harris had 12. Who would you want to interview as a player, by the way? Player of the game would be for who?
Tough not to say Quezada, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Latone, but it's tough not to say Quezada.
Yeah, I agree. Quezada, once again, really good. She's been great for, like I said, the last month. She's been special for the Aggies. And today she was clutch, especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to talk to her specifically about that, what your mindset was like going to the free throw line late after especially having the issues when it came to almost pulling off that huge upset at Colorado State. Utah State just today had a great, great game plan when it came to frustrating the bigs for Boise State. They double teamed them. The guards were doing a good job. Wickstrom in the first half did a really nice job in terms of trying to take a couple steals backside. They just seemed to keep them flustered. The Boise State post Except for that like little flurry in the third quarter, Muse kind of got something going, and that's when they kind of chipped the lead down.
Look how excited Coach Scaife is right now. Thrilled. Pumping his arms, seriously.
Back to the grind, that's what he's thinking.
He is just absolutely elated right now.
Are you going to give him crap for that? Get the win and he can't even celebrate
Honestly,
wholeheartedly?
he's one of the most, just quiet dudes.
You know what it is?
Make a big deal out of anything.
It's not excitement, Ajay. What it was, that was the moment he stopped holding his breath.
We're going to see if we can get Coach Scaife with us here. Gets a couple of handshakes and high fives. He's not used to this. We'll take him here for a post-game interview.
We'll take it easy on you, Coach.
Acting head coach today, and he's 1-0 in his coaching debut for the Utah State Aggies. Sorry, Coach, I know it's kind of new putting it on the headset and having to deal with this. Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. Fourth quarter, you guys kind of turned to Quezada to get you guys going, and she came through for you today.
Yeah, she did a good job of just finding her gaps, taking her time, being patient. In that first half, they did a pretty good job just honing in on her, really making sure she played in the crowd. I just told her to stick with it. She was patient. Credit to her. She did some good stuff out there.
We're going to have you pull that mic up to your mouth a little bit for us so all the wonderful fans can hear you. Go ahead, AJ.
Coach, what was it like after struggling, I think, to close out the game against Colorado State? What were you telling your guys in the huddle, telling your girls in the huddle? Because, the free throws down the stretch is what iced the game.
Yeah, free throws are huge. We were just talking about it earlier today against Colorado State. Our girls, we missed 8 free throws and we lost by 3. We're talking about if we just missed 4 instead of 8, we would have won that game. So that was a big one. We locked in, we made our free throws down the stretch. That was huge for us. But we did a good job just executing our offense and doing a great job with that.
Coach AJ brought up throughout the game, your post defense was absolutely phenomenal. They've got height everywhere which way you go, and I thought your post defense, Quezada, Stafford, Lacey, were really good tonight.
Well, yeah, we're a little undersized, so we knew that going in, so we had a plan in place to make sure we sent that trap as often as we could, but we wanted to make sure initially that those posts were catching as far out as possible. So I know our kids are undersized, but they fought really hard. I'm so proud of them for doing that.
Coach, what was the difference between the first Boise State game and this one? Because not only was your post playing well, I thought Wickstrom, Latone, Kinley had a nice play as well. The guards did a good job trying to come off that backside and surprise them. It just seemed like Boise State's post really never got comfortable on offense.
Listen, our kids were bought in. I'm so proud of them. Thank you, sir. I'm so proud of them and what they did. The kids who came in, they played, whether they played 20 minutes or 10 minutes, they came in, they were locked in the game plan. They brought a lot of energy. Those kids you mentioned, Shy, Liv, Kinley, they did some good stuff when they came in. They were positive. The energy was high. I love them for that.
Big road trip next week. Air Force to New Mexico for you guys. This helps you get some momentum going into that.
Absolutely. It's a big opportunity for us. We got those kids coming back that we played against last time, and we're excited about them. So we're excited about this trip coming up.
Coach, congrats on the victory.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Coach.
Acting head coach for today, Juwan Scaife gets his first win. 1-0 as a acting
I was thinking
head coach.
that was Luke Walton thing again, right? Kind of the same thing.
All right, now it's time to get on our player of the game. Of course, surprise, surprise, folks. It's 6 of 12 from the field. She was 8 of 11 from the charity stripe, 20 points, 7 boards. Adriana Quezada joins us here on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield. Adriana, congratulations on the victory. They went to you a lot in the fourth quarter, and you continually came through for your team.
Yes, sir. It was.
We'll have you pull the mic up to your mouth
Oh,
there.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's kind of a pain, I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, am I good?
You're good. It sounds great.
No, I just wanted to say it was good to finally come out with a win, especially like in the fourth quarter. We were able to pull it through, and it feels great.
We can have you. Oh, there we go. No, you're not the only one. Honestly, Coach Gate did it the whole entire time. I don't know how he pulled it off and did it so well. AJ, go ahead.
What was the discussion like between you guys? Because you've had a couple of these games recently where you guys have been so close and have been able to finish it out. And today came down to the free throws. You guys did everything you needed to comfortably close this one out. What was the discussion like among the players?
The discussion between us was just basically we were focused on just getting the win. Like whatever it took, whether it was defense, offense, we just knew that we had to do the little things in order to pull it out.
The height of the team for Boise State. It's just 6'1" for 6'2", for 6'3", whatever it is. And your post defense, all of you, Lacey, Elise, and you, were just so good today. What was your guys' key to doing that?
Our key was basically don't let them catch the ball as much as we can, and when we did, blew them.
Love it.
That was it.
Adriana, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
All right, that's Adriana Quezada again, 20 points, 7 boards, 2 assists. She was phenomenal in the fourth quarter in 34 minutes of basketball. I would strongly guess that she could be up for nomination for a USU American First Credit Union Player of the Week for Utah State next week.
Well, it's just so, I mean, it's like you said, you make the free throws late, that's clutch. She scores the points, that's clutch. And then the defense.
All right, we're going to sign up to our Mountain West Network fans and listeners. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully the broadcast was to your liking. For AJ Knight and Majay Salvson, please don't respond to that, by the way. Big thanks to Bill Guerin and the great crew over there, Sydney. And by the way, since we have just a selfish moment, I want a big thanks to Jordan Bowes, who is leaving us and headed to Ohio. We want to thank him so much. He's been one of the best in the business and has been as professional as all get out. Big thanks to him and all his great work. We wish him the best in his new adventure. All right, let's sign off to them. If you want more post games, stick around on Aggie Radio on the YouTube channel, on Aggie Radio 92.3 on the Aggie Sports Radio Network from Learfield.